There's a quiet kind of freedom in solitude. For some, Valentine's Day is a day of celebration, of handholding, of whispered promises over candlelight. But for others, it's just another day, a day where the world seems to shine a spotlight on the spaces we stand alone. That's what Never Had a Date on Valentine's Day captures so perfectly. It's not a song of bitterness, nor of longing. It's a song of acceptance, of defiance, finding comfort in one's own company. It's for the ones who've built their own thrones, who've learned to dance with the tide instead of waiting for someone to take their hand. Today, we step into this song not as an observer, but as someone walking that shoreline alone, where the only footprints belong to us. So let's begin. Oh, the candlelight flickers on the wave so cold, another year passed, still no hand to hold. There's something haunting about candlelight, reflecting off water, is fragile, fleeting. One strong gust of wind, one wave crashing too close, and it's gone. That's what these opening lines capture. There's an exception that love, like a candle, should bring warmth, that by this point we should have someone by our side to hold on to. And yet, the light flickers alone, surrounded by the coldness of an unfulfilled hope. This isn't just about one Valentine's Day. It's about many. It's about the weight of another year gone by with that same empty space beside us. And yet there's no desperation in these words, just observation, just truth. While the couples toast and the moon feels fake, I'll sing my song for my own heart's sake. Valentine's Day has a way of amplifying what's missing. Everywhere you look, there's red and pink, hand-holding, and stolen kisses. Toast made under the soft lighting. But sometimes, when you stand apart from it all, it feels performative. Like the moon casting its light on a night that feels a little too polished, a little too orchestrated. And so, instead of pretending, instead of longing, the singer does something else radical. He sings for himself, not for an absent lover, not for a memory of what could have been, just for himself, because his story, his solitude, deserves to be sung just as much as anyone's love story. Never had a date on Valentine's Day, but I'm dancing with the tide, and it's better this way. Here's where the song makes a shift, where what could have been a song of sorrow becomes an anthem. The tide is unpredictable. It comes and goes on its own terms. It doesn't need permission, doesn't wait for an invitation. It simply moves. And in these words, the singer embraces that same spirit. No longer tied to expectation, no longer weighed down by what society says he should feel. He moves with the tide, freely, without regret. This is what makes Never Had a Date on Valentine's Day so powerful. It isn't just about not having love. It's about rejecting the idea that you need it to be whole. No roses to buy, no words to rehearse, just me and my shadow singing this verse. Think about what we're told love is supposed to be: flowers, carefully chosen, words practiced and perfected before they're spoken, grand gestures, romantic displays, the weight of expectation on our shoulders. But here's the question this line asks: what if love isn't about any of that? What if love, real love, doesn't come in roses or scripted lines? What if it's found in the ability to be completely unapologetically alone and still feel whole? That's what the singer has found. Not loneliness, but freedom. No regret, but contentment. The world paints love in a crimson shades, but I've found peace in the mess I've made. Red, the color of passion, of roses, of Valentine's Day itself. It's everywhere. On greeting cards, in heart-shaped boxes, in candlelit dinners, and in late-night confessions. But what if that image isn't as perfect as it seems? What if love, as the world paints it, isn't real? Here, the singer challenges the illusion. He sees past the red and finds something deeper: peace. Even in the so-called mess of solitude, there's something beautiful, something that doesn't require validation from someone else. This is the turning point of the song. It moves from simply existing outside of love's expectations to fully embracing it. The stars don't ask for someone to shine, so I'll lift my voice and claim what's mine. Read that again. The stars, those distant, brilliant lights in the sky, they don't beg for companionship. They don't dim just because no one is watching. They shine because they exist. And that's what the singer realizes. He doesn't need someone to complete him. He's already whole. So he lifts his voice, not for someone else, not in a plea for love, but in declaration. This is his life, his song, his truth. The wind hums low, and the seagulls cry for every heart that's learned to say goodbye. Not every goodbye is sad. Some are necessary. Some are freeing. Some are the only way to find yourself again. This line isn't just about saying goodbye to a person. It's about saying goodbye to the idea that love is the only path to happiness. So raise a glass to the ones alone, to every heart that's built its own throne. Not everyone gets their fairy tale ending. Not everyone wants one. For those who have carved out of their own space, who have learned to stand tall without waiting for someone to stand beside them, this line is for you. A toast, not to love, but to self-sufficiency, to strength, to the ones who have learned that their own company is enough. For love's a treasure, or so they say, but I've never had a date on Valentine's Day, and maybe that's okay.